go, fellas. Let's go. Another stream, another day of the joust. Yesterday went really well, so let's hope for another beautiful game like today. Like yesterday. For today. Fixing up the webcam. Alright. I have the game opened up here. Let's just jump into it. These games have already been played, so there won't be any delay between one game and the next. It was taking a long time to open, by the way. There we go. Let's go for another match of the joust. We have here in the color yellow, playing as the Ubids. It is Amerath. It's doing a very beautiful build. Very interesting that he's building the House of Wisdom already. I don't do it in this order, but I don't think it matters. We'll get back to him. In the purple, it's Jeanne d'Arc. And Jeanne d'Arc, of course, building everything. You want to maximize the amount of experience she gets. There's the little counter there. There's the experience. As she evolves, you can unlock one of two things. We'll go back to them as they happen. Looking at the map features here, it's Dry Arabia, of course. Very relatively close together sacred sites. I imagine if the game goes into the late game, holding this sacred site with at least one keep is going to be very important, because then you can very easily and very safely take one of the other two, and that is not only a lot of gold, but it's also a victory condition. Also looking at the deer, very interesting. This deer is very close the bat space, so we might opt to go for professional scouts because of that. On the other hand, he only opened with one scout, so I don't think he's doing that. Let's go now back to Amerath space. So Amerath, he has to spend some time to build mining camp, the house, and the House of Wisdom. These four buildings with a mill, they're non-negotiable, right? You open up with a mill, you eventually want to build a house and a mining camp and a House of Wisdom. I usually build them in this order. The Amerath chose to build the House of Wisdom second and the house third. Yeah, the positioning of the House of Wisdom here, yeah, okay, it's very cheap, you get everything. But this could be important farmland for the late game, and if you look here into the Eco Wing... No, actually, it's the Abbasid that get a lot of good farming bonuses, so completely disregard that. Yeah, we're seeing a logistics game very popular around like 3 seasons ago when they redid the military wing reinforcements to not provide a desert raider immediately. And logistics is very powerful. Logistics is quite powerful here. Not logistics, yeah, logistics, yeah. Providing with the two dervishes, they can heal in combat. On the other hand, we see the School of Cavalry here for Jeanne d'Arc, absolutely standard play. So just a tiny little tidbit, when Jeanne d'Arc got released first, people were theorizing that Jeanne d'Arc alone should build the School of Cavalry, but she would miss timing a lot, and like when the knights showed up to do harassment or whatever, the other side would be completely well defended. So yeah, people have been doing this now, where they build Jeanne d'Arc plus a few other workers. Yeah, so nothing new here. So 2 variant civs, very interestingly enough. So Jeanne d'Arc, of course, French variant. Ayyubid's Abbasids variant. We're getting no further upgrades here from Amerath. Amerath might be trying to do a fast castle, which I like, but it's also very bold. Against French, you really need a little bit of army to defend, especially because this knight, only 15 seconds away, it takes him another 15 or so to get to the other side of the map. But Jeanne d'Arc is close to leveling up. So yeah, going back to the map features, this deer pack is just right here, right for the taking here for Pat. He might expand his base here. So no way, Amerath does not have... Oh, that's unfortunate, he doesn't have enough population space for the dervishes. Needs a house ASAP. Building with too many workers. So that's a little bit of a mistake, but shouldn't cost him too much. Alright, there we go. There's the tower. 5 villagers on gold, which means that they should be able to garrison in time before anyone dies. No charge either. No, the villager went the wrong way around. Oh, and the scout dies for Pat. That's also quite awful. Yeah, and the dervishes will heal the villagers, so there goes the value of the harassment, right? Want to try and get some damage, and oh, there we just heal. So this is clearly a fast castle here from Amerath. Amerath even pulled from berries. Even though he does have a decent amount of berries, but it's... You really would rather keep yourself like this. Let's see what Pat chooses, though. Pat here, about to upgrade Jeanne d'Arc. You upgraded her to the men-at-arms. We get a description? I don't think we get a description, so I'm gonna have to select her. There she is. So she gains Holy Wrath instead of the arrow that deals a lot of damage. And she basically a men-at-arms instead of an archer. The archer is more popular, but the Jeanne d'Arc woman-at-arms gains a ton of value heading into the mid and late game. I don't mind this at all here. I think Pat is setting himself up really well for the later stages of this game. Ooh, good wall from Amerath prevents the units from just coasting in. This dive. I know what he's trying to do, but what Pat has to do here is just age up, and ideally you need crossbows. You also need eyes on what Amerath is doing. Because you really want to see what his composition is going to be heading into Castle Age. Typically, yeah, Lancer Knights is great. But you also want to... You might do light units, like their spears are still really good, like they have other really nice units. Ooh, diving the woodline like that, not sure, taking a lot of damage that you can't really heal. You might get a worker, and this is idle time. Idle time is very good here for the French. It's 1, that's 2 workers! Oh, that's 2 workers, look at that destroyed value. 65 against 100, 100 for the 2 workers, 65 for the scout. Yeah, and we're getting the heal from the dervishes. This is very, very interesting. Not really great, the dervishes at this stage of the game, but they will be once Amerath ages up and they can immediately just pick up the relics. Because I suspect he's gonna go, what, reinforcements, maybe? Yeah, reinforcement, there we go. Reinforcement, so he's gonna produce 3 Desert Raiders immediately. And then every 2 minutes he gets 3 Desert Raiders for the rest of the game. If he makes a lot of Desert Raiders as well into the game, then the Arbalétrier, I called them crossbows before, artillery would be a bad play. Well, this is way too many workers here for the deer. If he is going, yeah, he is going for the deer. He has no food under the town center, as I've expected. Yeah, and Pat's timing is kind of dead now. Oh, what? He's not building it because it doesn't have the wood. Oh no, this is so much time. This is so much time. This is like hundreds of food down the drain already. Sometimes you can get really unlucky with these timings here for doing things, but yeah, Pat really needs to age up. Amerath is a minute, about a minute from aging up. We multiple stables, so I can imagine this is Camel Lancers. Is it? Only got 6 on gold for 2 stables, Camel Lancers. You want 12. And you also want to get some upgrades. Doesn't have a wheelbarrow, doesn't have horticulture. Horticulture not really important at this stage of game, but wheelbarrow definitely is. Ooh, and Pat is gonna try an attack here. Ooh. Alright, alright. That could be the 3rd worker kill. Oh, if the dervishes dies, then the whole point of getting them. So collecting the relics at this stage of the game goes down the drain. I think one of these knights is about to die. Oh, no, another villager gets killed. I definitely saw Amerath open the console. Alright, but we have 3 desert raiders. While not enough to deal with this, they can get enough value where it's not worth it for Pat to fight here. Unless he fights with the spears, of course. Then he can just switch to range and kite them. Ooh, Pat really trying to destroy this tower. I'm not sure if this is proper use of the knights here. Amerath healing up, doing a good job, I might add. Well, at least this from Pat is preventing Amerath from ever getting those relics. Even though, yeah, Amerath is keeping tabs on them. Pat is very close to clicking that age up. Alright, nice kill there. Only 1 dervish left. Yeah, only 1 dervish left, right there. All the spears and the Jeanne d'Arc hitting that, very nice. Now we are seeing, these are desert raiders and camel lancers. Amerath not producing anything because his gold got taken. And that's 3-0 in worker kills, but look at the destroyed value in the favor of Amerath. So definitely taking the better fights here. Pat not really with units upgraded, is going Guildhall. So the Guildhall I think is better for late game. Because you can keep collecting resources, especially when those resources start to go, when they start disappearing from the map, when you start not having any gold. Oh, nice! So many kills here for Pat. So many kills, and he only loses a knight for that, so that's definitely not terrible. He does the spears here while tanking with villagers. That's nuts. But he lost way too many units. Now it's 9-9, and Amerath's units are upgraded, so Amerath might have timing here. Kill Jeanne d'Arc, which is definitely a blow. I'm really curious now to see how Amerath recovers here. Yeah, because he should get that relic. Unfortunately, he lost 1 dervish, so he can't just collect 2 right away. I would imagine he would try to collect this one next. We'll keep tabs on the relics. So Pat now in Castle Age. I think now is as good time as ever. If he goes up with the Royal Institute, he has access to some very good upgrades, but you need a lot of gold to make that happen. So instead he goes with the Guildhall. He's gonna get basically a keep for free at 900 stone here collected. Oh, that's Jeanne d'Arc collecting sacred sites. I got slightly confused there. Yes, Jeanne d'Arc can collect sacred sites. That's another trickle of gold that can be a big deal. Oh, look at Amerath placing his relics away from monasteries. But now Pat needs to collect those upgrades. Wait until his knights are strong and beefy. I wouldn't really mind if you used one monk to heal. The same way that Amerath is using a dervish, was using the dervish to heal. Oh, good job pulling the dervish. Great awareness. Should not lose the dervish up for free. This is a great fight for Amerath. Don't forget that those camels and the desert raiders nerf the attack of the knights. Pat going spears. Now would be the time for Pat to go into arbaletriers. But of course, for arbaletriers you need so much gold. I think these two golds are kind of safe. But while you don't have map control, you don't really want to dodge them too much. Okay, so that's 8 workers going here for this boar. Does Pat have the hunt upgrade? Oh, he doesn't. This upgrade is so important. Alright, but we're getting Amerath starting to hit. He's gonna try to hit the gold. Yeah, if Pat can get the villager count at least within 2, I think he's in a very much a winning position here for Amerath, of course. There we go. There are the arbaletriers. Arbaletriers, of course, are one of the best units in the game. They are really good against other armored units. Usually very weak against melee units that are not armored, especially horsemen and archers. But the arbaletriers, fortunately for French, arbaletriers have a lot of melee armor, especially with the upgrade. The upgrade, they really have a lot of melee armor. And they have their ability, the Pavise, which allows them to be so much more effective. And these lancers here in the back of the base doing absolutely God's work. For Amerath, he also has this army in the front of the base. Pat's army and units here just being a little bit lost. Not really sure what they are doing here. Oh, they found the boar. They found the boar! I think Amerath was going for gold. Absolutely was going for gold, but finding the board is great. We are now 9-7 in the worker kill department. Amerath 2 workers ahead because of the idle time. So that's what we're looking at here. It's an absolute beast of a comeback from Amerath. Just being very aggressive. I really like that. Yeah, single arbaletriers, of course, don't do anything. And I don't know, man. Pat needs to calm down. He's gonna lose Jeanne d'Arc. Oh no, that's so costly. That is so costly. Yeah, and of course Amerath trying to scout to see where the workers are. Ah, the danger. The danger of trying to take resources so you don't have map control. It's precisely this one. Just Amerath just keeps piling on the worker kills, and the Pat now forced into this terrible, terrible farm transition. And I don't know, it takes a little bit of a miracle for Pat to get back into this game. Also, Pat, if you ever watch the stream back, we have cheap eco upgrades. Or cheaper. Get them. Get them. You really need them. As Jeanne d'Arc, as you don't have any economic advantage over your opponent. So, now you are very much in a very losing position. You have ranged armor here for Amerath so that he can dive the town center. Now Pat's building the walls. Yeah, these walls needed to be up much earlier. Connecting this wall here would also be quite a big deal, but now it's too late. We're getting workers sent forward. Amerath is going to build towers somewhere. Oh, the monk trying to collect the relic or a sacred site. And monk is down. I think Amerath collected 4 relics already. So we should have 3 in one of them. Did Pat get 1? Pat got 1. So this is the only relic that's left. 3-1 in relics. That's a lot of gold for Amerath. With 18 working on gold, they can just produce these expensive, powerful units all game long. The Pat is stuck building is going arbaletrier and spears, which in theory does counter this, but not getting knights, not getting the best knights in the game is French hurts, definitely, but I don't think there's much Pat can do about that, since he doesn't really have enough gold, and it's getting raided to death. Also doesn't help. Already 14 workers down. All the while Amerath, his economy is undisturbed. Yeah, the only place that doesn't have a wall is this patch here, right? Yeah. Berries, always very important. Got those 2 last berries at home. And there's the last few knights here for Pat. Gonna get killed. Like, the army theoretically counters Amerath's army, right? And he does have more army, but Amerath's army is much more expensive, and they have much higher stats here. I think that's a big deal. But we also have Jeanne d'Arc Knight. You upgraded the Knight here. Could have upgraded the Knight. At Archer. Actually, I don't know what the Cavalry Archer does. People don't really upgrade it. Oh my god, he found these workers again, and they're so low. That's another kill. That's 21 to 9. Is that a wolf? That is a wolf indeed. So Amerath has to see this, otherwise wolf MVP. I don't think he will. Yeah, Pat's trying to do counterattacks. That's important. He has a worker forward. That should have been a misclick. Amerath also had workers forward. I don't think he built any towers that I expected. The tower here would be quite good. Not gonna lie there. Yeah, these knights here trying to dodge. There's Jeanne d'Arc collecting the sacred site. You definitely don't want the sacred site timer to start ticking. When there's a lot of army, and this is exactly what I'm referring to. Sure, Pat had the numbers, but Amerath has the quality here. The spears don't trade 1-to-1 with camel lancers. That's the thing. Also, Desert Raiders, I'm pretty sure, are a light unit. Yeah, they're light ranged and melee camel. Oh, that knight, poor knight. So yeah, oh, Pat going second TC, that's cute. I don't think he'll have enough time to actually get it up, and like he'll have time to get it up, but he won't have time to make it pay off. That's a nice attempt, and again, it's like no eco upgrades at the stage of the game where you could be like with wheelbarrow, the hunt upgrade, and have the second food and wood upgrade. Amerath could fight this and win the fight, but I like the caution here. He only wants to fight with overwhelming numbers. And he might want to keep raiding a little bit. Just really prevent Pat from ever massing a unit here. And if you look at the eco upgrades from Amerath, he's getting 2-2 on food and on wood upgrades. He's also getting wheelbarrow. It's more than half of the way done. He already has the hunt upgrade. Like, the economies are just night and day. Over 1,000 resources per minute more than that Amerath is collecting. And he only, I say only under quotation marks, he only has 16, 17 workers more. That's 15 workers more, or 14 or something. So, not 1,000 resources worth of an overwhelming number. Wait, that actually might be more, but yeah, anyway, like, farm transition here sucks for Pat. He really didn't want to do it, especially with lower economy, but I don't think he had much of a choice, as he got denied everything. Yeah, Pat not trying to attack. This army is just such low quality. But he has to do something. He can't just sit back at home and wait for the economies to catch up. Otherwise, Amerath will take the resources that are available on the map, like the sacred sites. Did Pat think this was open? He might not have actually have caught it. Spears touching the army here would be the death. of Amerath's army. Oh, the dervish being sent forward definitely did not help. Yeah, area healing should kill him. Oh, and there's the Mangana. The Manjanique! I'm sorry, the Manjanique. Also a bit of a raid going. Yep, there are knights at home defending. And what an overwhelming win. I mean, these are the camel lancers. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Don't forget Desert Raiders can make Manjaniques on the field. I think it's all cavalry, not just Desert Raiders, but yeah, so we're making Manjaniques. Why is that one tiny? And this one is massive. Making a few Springles as well. Very good against infantry, actually. You get 3 or 4 Springles and you can really decimate the front lines. Some units defending the Skuldvein. Skuldvein is about to finish, and once it does, what's next for Pat? Where's he getting his gold, right? He's getting it here. And this is vulnerable to the Manjanique shots. But this is, now it's overwhelming numbers, and these overwhelming numbers, I would, yeah, he has to go, right? I'm not sure, does Amerath know of the second town center? He doesn't. And that is quite critical, because he might think he has a larger lead than the one he has. Yeah, spears and arbalests. I really am not sure. Yeah, Pat's gonna try to see if he raids here, but there's nothing there to raid. Yeah, there should be a decent farm transition here for Amerath. There we go. Yeah, these farms are a little bit... they're gonna be a bit inefficient, especially when we have space around the town. No, he doesn't have space around the town center, I'm sorry. But he will be building mills afterwards, so that's fine. Oh, really? A tower with a Springald emplacement at this stage of the game. This tower should have been up so much earlier. Yeah, but with the siege now, I really don't think Pat has any chance. He's down 35 supply as well. Look at Amerath softening up the houses. At least he gets his resources back. Those workers should be dead. Oh, look at the Springles. Look at the work that the Springles and the Manjaniques together are making. Loads of healing. Like, the fight is being well taken, but still... just the numbers are overwhelming, the quality of the army is overwhelming. But still, the power of the Arbaletriers... the Arbaletriers that are going down because of the Manjaniques. Yeah, nice initiative here from Pat, but just... Amerath just being the superior player for the time being. Yeah, and Pat calls it. That is game number 1. Game number 1 going to Amerath. Let's take a look at the stats here, because the stats are going to tell the story of the game. Oh, look at the dervish healing. The Manjaniques keep devastating. Oh, I forgot we don't have stats on replays. Alright. Hi there, boy. How's it going? You're playing there is I made it so that you don't need an official draft, trying to keep it as simple as possible for anyone new that wants to join. So I just got confirmation we're gonna have Boy versus Berries next. That's gonna be a fun series as well. Alright, let's load up game number 2. Alright, game is opening up. This should be a doozy as well. Oh, that is perfect. Alright, let's go! Game number 2, Amerath up 1-0. We have an Order of the Dragon mirror match here between Amerath here in the yellow and PatDelMuerte here in the orange. Both going for the same opening here on the mill. This is 4 lakes though, also called Cross. So yeah, features of the map here. Each player has access to 1 gold very close to their town center. And there should be one, I think it's this one, that's like a little bit further away, but also part of it. And the rest of the resources are kind of scattered throughout the center. You should also have access, I think it's this one for Amerath here. Access to a forest relatively nearby. No, actually very nearby. And a secondary forest, which I actually think is this one. Rather close, right? It's this one for Pat, and this one no, it's this one, the one that's rather close, but not really. A deer pack right next to your base. No player going for the lakes is a little bit concerning here. Even though, of course, Order of the Dragon has the best villagers in the game, they of course work. They work better. They have more HP. They also return more resources, but they take longer to build. And Order of the Dragon starts with 1 less, so that's where the balance is. And their units are also, they cost double the supply and they're twice as powerful as other civs. Makes it actually quite hard to judge fights because you're used to a certain level to your units, and now all of a sudden, like, their units, like, they have less but they're more powerful. That can kind of mess you up. Looking at the builds as they are right now, Amerath with 4 on gold, 6 on the deer, and Pat's 2 on the gold, and yeah, it's 5 on deer. Oh, he's going for something forward. Alright, it's a nice iron chapel just outside the town center. Getting the berries in this wood line, that's pretty nice. Amerath, of course, doesn't quite have the gold. I think Amerath went for the hunt upgrade, while Pat did not. So there's an advantage there for Amerath, unless Pat takes advantage of the timing. But oh boy, we've got a Minework Palace here for Amerath. In my estimation, from all the games that I've seen throughout the lifespan of the game, the Minework Palace, I'm opening the tooltip. So tactics have the time to research, and they cost half as much as well. Also, you have unique techs here. So I think the great advantage of Minework is if you get to take advantage of the timing on the upgrades that it's going to possess. And especially in a mirror match, you could have a situation where you have 1 or 2 units less than your opponent, but because you have the upgrades, they're going to be so much better. So really think they could take advantage. Amerath could take advantage of that. On the other hand, Pat is going for a much more like economical approach to this. Trying to save as many resources as he can, trying to age up as fast as he can. He doesn't even get the hunt upgrade, which I think is a big mistake. The hunt upgrade, so if I can get the tooltip here. 15% hunted meat gather rate, and they opened up with going deer. So this is, to me, it's a no-brainer. You get this upgrade as soon as you start the game. But of course you need a lot more gold than to age up, because you're gonna spend 75 at the very initial 100. Wow, look at Amerath with 17 sheep. That's gotta hurt. So if you're new to the game here, what can I say here? So Amerath, of course, has more sheep, so he's gonna have more food before he has to transition into farms. No players went for the water here. The water contains these lovely deep water fish that renew. They renew, so you could, in theory, just not in theory, in practice, you have 2 boats per per fish, and they are always taking the fish. On the other hand here, oh, Pat going for horseman. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure about that. Now, the reason is horseman with Mindwork I think is extremely powerful, first of all. But secondly, like, the point here of the horseman is to raid. And like, you're trying to raid in order as a dragon player, so exactly the same tools as you do. I went for the gold, but that's also only 2 sheep. Man, Pat got outplayed hard here in the early game, I think. Trying to get those horsemen out as soon as he could. Not even 6 minutes and he already has 2 horsemen out. That's actually pretty good. And now he's gonna try to do that very fast age up, even though he's got 7 on wood collecting here. Ooh, these guys are definitely exposed, and it is 8 villagers going for the burger, so Amerath even ages up faster. Is Amerath gonna lose a worker? Ooh, that's so unlucky. Alright, he loses a worker, that's not great. But also, that horseman can... like, it should leave. The horseman should leave. There you go, saves the horseman here for Pat. And he has to try and get something else, but because Amerath has so much sheep, he can't absolutely afford to get out of the deer here. Only 40 deer were left, I think. 40 food. Yeah, there's no deer carcass here, so... like, yeah, loses the villager, but hurts, and you can see he's down the worker compared to Pat. Pat also a little bit idle, so I don't know about that. Also, stable range for Pat. Pat is like a minute from putting down his building, so it's gonna be a lot of men-at-arms or knights coming out for Amerath before Pat can even do something about it. And he's already getting iron undermash, so he does plan on diving buildings. We're getting gilded men-at-arms here, early gilded men-at-arms. It costs less, of course, because of the Burger's Palace. Oh, you also research text faster here. That's crazy. Wow, this is a much better strategy here for Amerath than Pat, I think. For the mirror match. Wow, going straight for the gold. Going straight for the gold. I don't know how you defend against these men-at-arms in Feudal Age. Yeah, so typical of Amerath, gets two men-at-arms and then gets the upgrade. That's extremely well done. They also have the timing on blacksmith upgrades. I'd get another upgrade here. Another cheeky upgrade. Ooh, this men-at-arms is already getting there, and Pat just now aged up with the Burger's Palace. Very chaotic game. They're getting crossbows now. I like the crossbows. But in the meantime, they hardly take any damage. They are so tanky. You don't want to stay there though. Alright, I think the other men-at-arms and the tank stuff is pretty good. And Amerath's just gonna get a Congo line. Congo line of workers. Oh no! Pat is gonna suffer. But alright, Pat has his crossbows. Crossbows will definitely put up a lot of work until Amerath gets some archers. Or horsemen. You could get horsemen. Horsemen men-at-arms is actually very difficult to deal with. Very in-your-face composition. But having these men-at-arms spread out means that there's a lot of idle time going for Pat. Oh, Pat doesn't even have that much food here. Oh, what happened to Amerath? Amerath has 2 less workers than Pat. With only 10 seconds idle time and 1 worker kill. Ah, that's the reason why. Pat decided to go fishing. You should... I think the theory is 2 fishing ships per batch of deep water fish. But it should provide with so much food so quickly, especially with the upgrades. That's so worth it. Yeah, you're making crossbows. Let's get those ranged upgrades. course, makes them have 6 armor against the 15 attack. So 9 damage. 9 damage on a lot of damage. You have the horsemen here and the crossbows. I said in the last game, and I'll say it again. Horsemen might be the best, the second best counter in the game. 2 crossbows, second to the siege, of course, the Mangonel / Manganique that Amerath actually used and used to great effect here. Yeah, and Amerath here just gonna click that gas pedal. Gonna keep it. He's gonna keep it down because you really can't afford to let this. You really can't afford to let the economy of Pat catch up. Even though Pat doesn't have any upgrades, this upgradeless style of his here is definitely costing him at this stage of the game. Where Amerath's upgrades are kicking in, he has double ranged armor and 1 melee armor. But look at how easily, like, the horsemen dive the town center. They're also gonna kill the crossbows. Crossbows, if I were to do a unit tier list, crossbows are definitely A tier, but they are countered very heavily by these horsemen. That's something to take into account. Of course, now Pat is starting to get his fishing economy going. But still, 2 more workers got killed. Oh, he's under the town center, forcing spears out of Pat. Which, like, spear crossbow is just... It's not as good as it sounds. Like, you're going for counter units, yes, but... And they will make quick work of horsemen men-at-arms in these small-time engagements. Once you had, like, 10 units on each side, the horsemen are able to dodge the spears, and that becomes a nightmare scenario. Alright, Amerath capturing the relics. I don't mind this one at all. And is now going into the dock. Okay, that dock is gonna go down very shortly. And crossbows. See how good crossbows are even against spears. Of course, these crossbows don't have any armor. They are your default crossbows, not arbaletiers like they were last game, but it's still very interesting. Like, crossbows usually are a must in every game, unless your opponent really makes a lot of horsemen, usually against Rus. It has to be a judgment call, because they can very easily go something like Horseman Streltsy. That's also very powerful, but in this matchup, crossbows tend to be a must, and it's forcing Amerath into this very odd composition. And floating wood and gold, wouldn't mind seeing, like, he has a stable, I wouldn't mind seeing another stable and spending your resources that way. But I also see what he's doing here. Like, he's taking his fishing. I think it's really important to get these upgrades, making your fishing just that much more efficient, right? All the armies just passed each other. So at the moment, Pat's army far superior to anything Amerath has to offer. But Amerath, yeah, he definitely has the economy. Up in workers, workers, of course, fish are taken into account there. Oh, that's a big hit. Allowing those relics to get back. If you see the destroyed value in favor of Pat. So that only criticism I gave him, not entirely correct now. He's getting wheelbarrow. I like it. A little bit late, but I like it. Right, these villagers are gonna get absolutely massacred. His buildings are getting massacred as well. The scout deals non-negligible damage to buildings. Gets less though, and yeah, 25 torch damage. Get 17 torch damage. That's pretty good. There's not enough units, but Landscraft gonna be pretty good. Ooh, and archers and crossbows are very good against spears. But not in this count, and none of these upgrades for Amerath. These two, yeah, Pat takes the wise decision here and leaves. Army counts being the same, but so much more economy for Amerath. Still, yeah, still not getting extended lines. That's a very good tech. I would get this tech every game. Oh, what a wall! It's keeping this outside of the realm for the time being. Monastery in the front of the base, I'm not sure about that. That's a slight nitpick. Amerath is so far away here. And it's gonna be making Landsknecht, Spears, and Horsemen. Landsknecht, the way for him to spend the gold. Yeah, Pat is floating so much food here. How is he floating food? Has he been making nothing but archers here, or is he making nothing but archers? Yeah, he needs to pull away from food and just go into wood, except he's doing that. Wait, yeah, he is doing that, no longer on berries. He needs a stable in order to produce his horsemen, which are one of the better ways to spend that food. It's just still, while I'm giving advantage Amerath, it's a small advantage. Oh, look at Amerath building a market to buy food. But as soon as Amerath gets extended lines and gets the second upgrade, with so much fish going on here, food economy should skyrocket even more. Oh, is Pat gonna make men-at-arms archers? It is a good composition. It is a good composition, but you have no confirmation that Amerath is sticking to spears and the Landsknecht. Unless he does. Well, I did just see this. Oh, the archers got upgraded. Oh, these archers are going to be so good now. But letting the men-at-arms not tank the damage, that's not great, but the upgrades from Amerath should come into play here. 0 upgrades for Pat. That is going to be the death of the army here. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Pat is holding. Pat is holding. Imagine if he had upgrades. But still, the spears die trying to fight an army that is tailor-made to counter them. This should give Amerath here on the other side an opportunity to do something. Yeah, Horseman and Landsknecht should be pretty good. Horseman Men-at-Arms, I think, is what I personally would go for. Landsknecht can be pretty good too, but if your Landsknecht are caught... They have Landsknecht, what a beautiful unit. The Landsknecht are caught by archers, they have no armor whatsoever and only 180 HP. A 3-gilded unit compared to the 290 of them Men-at-Arms is night and day here. They get caught by the archers, they can get killed very, very quickly. Oh, we're making a bunch of... so many stables, so many things here. Really gambling hard on having the economy for this. Yeah, whereas Pat is nowhere near. He's still making units out of his Burgrove. He still has this gold here in the back that he can take. That's 4k, that's a lot of gold. Making some crossbows. You always have to be mindful of men-at-arms, right? The Pat is going to try to take away the water economy. Which I am just... I am so indecisive here. I really don't know if... Like, he has to try to take away the water economy, but... I don't know if this is the better way, especially if your crossbows are getting hit by horsemen. And horsemen, like, look at the resource count. Amerath is floating a little bit of wood, but Pat is floating a little bit of wood and a lot of food. Oh, just look at the Landsknecht go! Of course they're getting killed like butter here by the archers, even with the upgrades. Like, Pat... Get upgrades, bro. Upgrades are very important. You kind of are in the game still, but Amerath is just... he has the upgrades that you don't. Oh, what an ugly wall, and this area is... This is hilarious, this area here being open. Yeah, but very interesting wall. Doesn't care about the deer, which honestly we have all of this food here. Yeah, never got the fishing upgrades from the dock. Neither player got the fishing. No, Pat got the first fishing upgrade. Then again, the armies, we're seeing... Pat is making archers and crossbows. He has a few knights. I like the few knights. He has one spear. Whatever, dude. He has men-at-arms. Yeah. Pat is thinking the right thoughts here, but he's always gonna lose these fights if he never gets any upgrades. Oh, there we go. There's gonna be a big fight. So we have fully upgraded veteran horsemen. Look at these stats, my god, they're so beefy. Yeah, now the horsemen are here to take out the ranged units. And, wow, knights don't even... Yeah, they are a factor. They're very good. But my god, the horsemen on the range just got eliminated. Oh, we have a villager fighting! Yeah, and this... How do you recover from this situation when your opponent has so much army? Yeah, you don't. And that's the series. Amerath takes it 2-0. It was a pretty good one. I enjoyed the series. Yeah, so now we have 2 series done. Let's go over to the 3rd series of this joust. It's going to be boy versus berries. Alright, the camera is back. Hi there, Kanki. How's it going, dude? If anything else has been said, I don't think so. The boy should be playing berries right now. Oh, berries is Conk 1. This should be an amazing game. Alright, game is loading. Can't wait. Alright, let's go. Let's go on another series here for the joust. We have in the pink, it's a boy with the Chinese. I think he has this opening burned down into his head here. The Chinese opening, which is getting this wood. Using this villager to build the village, and of course using the mill. Where is the... Oh, did you forget the Imperial official should have been first? Whatever, let's go over to the other side, and it's berries. Berries here, the mill house, and the mining camp. This is the order that I do, where Amerath in the other game. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're gonna have to make that search. You build the House of Wisdom second, and then build the house and the mining camp. That's it, whatever. As right now we are on this Abbasid versus Chinese game. Looking at the maps, I love this back gold for boy. So my theory here states that this is going to be a longer game. And berries should play a very boomy style, where boy wants to play that very turtley, fast castle style, into then getting like knights or or not horsemen, like knights, or going into a bit more of a Chinese comp with something a little bit more like Palace Guards crossbowmen. or using siege, something like that. But very fast castle, trying to get those relics. Whereas Barracks wants to get 2, maybe even 3 the town centers and really just pump out the villagers and overwhelm economically the opponent. Of course, Barry's could go for a military wing push against the Chinese. Could work if the Chinese doesn't build a defensive Barbican. On the other hand, Boy could do his famous archers all-in, or Jignu all-ins. Which can be very effective, especially if Barry's doesn't go for military wing and doesn't get a head start on the units. He does go for military wing. Let's go. Let's go. Was taking food here, now taking this straggler tree. Let's see where that leads. Still taking a bit of gold. That's very interesting. So Barry's maybe planning on playing one town center for the time being, not taking any stone right now. Going military wing. Whereas Boy, we still don't know what Boy's doing. Oh, he doesn't even have... Yeah, he doesn't... Oh. Alright, building the Imperial Academy! Oh, what's going on? Oh, Barbican at this stage of the game? That's... He's probably assuming Barry's is going, like, multiple town centers. So the Imperial Academy... Yeah, now it makes sense that he didn't, and he didn't build the Imperial Official right away. Because he's building them from the Imperial Academy, and they're cheaper. They also, nearby buildings generate double the gold from taxes, so that's going to be a lumber camp and like military buildings around here. And Boy's playing this very economically, and this is not typically what he does. So maybe that's like his new style, but usually he tries to be very aggressive. Or he tries to be very techy. He doesn't usually try to be very economical and very greedy. Yeah, the build now makes sense to me. But I was questioning it a lot in the earlier. But let's see how that goes. This is somewhat unorthodox with a stable as well. Oh, but Paris needs a house. Oh, how many times have we seen people do this where they have like 2 or 3 population space? They go military wing and the units just don't pop out. There we go, there are the 2 spears to archers. They could find this, but still, like, the archers have to stay, like, here, on hold position, to not die. Okay, Boy now. Wow, he's being very efficient here. There are no surprises. No surprises here with the efficiency. I love the positioning here of the Imperial Official. Just pick up the gold, drop it immediately, and then go back to overseeing things, building a stable. Wow, look at them. Very interesting. In the meantime, Barry is already with the horsemen on the way. Got his units out here. He's trying to see if multiple TCs are getting taken by Boy, but they're not. They're not, and he sticks to playing on one town center. Oh, and he's overseeing the production of the stable, so this is a variation, I think, of a fast castle build. But the Barbican would be really, really nice. No, wait, actually, it's not a variation of that, because no gold being taken by Boy. He has 352 gold. Oh, but he's still getting gold very fast. Wow, is Boy really taking this fight? This is a terrible fight. Yeah, I thought so. So Barry's kind of wins this encounter. We keep getting the scouts. Actually, there was the one scout pumped out. We keep getting horsemen. So it's horseman spears for Barry's and just horsemen for Boy. Boy also has enough gold to wage up. That's very interesting. Ah, and he wants to go pro scouts. Yeah, these 2 patches of deer are close. I suspect it's like 250 for this and like 270 each deer. Making it to the town center, which is pretty good. That's going to be over 2,000 food. The Barry's going for the wood upgrade, and I appreciate a lot. The wood upgrade is very powerful, especially having 10 guys on wood is exceptional. I mistook the Petra berries for army. Oh, we're getting a ram! What? What is Barry's doing? Varys is being so fast. Like, it's 7 minutes and he already has a ram up. Oh, and Boy's not trying to get this mill on the berries. This is gonna be intense. Alright, we have some archers here. So it's gonna be archer stable for Boy. So archer horsemen. The classics. The classic composition where we have spears and the horsemen for berries with the two initial archers. Oh, they are going into the car. Oh, destroying the tower here. Barry's being very aggressive. I am sure about this. This is... Oh, masterclass from Barry's here, saving the infantry. That's really nice. Well, I'm not sure. You look at the destroyed value. Yeah, the destroyed value is on Barry's side. But Boy has got a 2-worker lead. He's only down 1 military unit, which is nothing. 0-0 on the worker kills. Again, yeah, you destroyed that tower, so you kind of forced this setup, which is kind of gross. Oh, Boy's spending all of his gold here in upgrades. That's really good to see. Seeing a lot of feudal skirmishing going on. In the meantime, yeah, Boy's picking up the deer anyway. But Barry's is fleeing. Barry's doesn't trust the army. And the deer, of course, they are decaying. So, oh no, the ram is exposed. That's 250 wood. Alright, good pickup from Barry's. You'd expect nothing less from players of this caliber, to be honest. For them to be really good at picking up on raids and understanding exactly what they need to do here. Keeping the resources very low, too. Except Barry's floating a little bit of food. I don't know about that. But yeah, both players. Barry's with a lot of upgrades. Boy, of course, went for Pro Scouts, which is so prohibitively expensive right now, because of course, about a year ago, it permeated the game completely. But if you can be at Barry's, you see 300 gold, 150 wood, so much gold. And deer slowly decay while being carried. I actually wanted to see 300. Probably these deer are 300. These ones would be like 275. 260 to 280 food getting dropped. That's still a lot of food, and Pro Scouts is still worth it here. And Boy, now with this very upgraded economy, should be in a position where it really doesn't want to trade too much army, and he doesn't really want to fight too much. He wants to wait until the economy kicks in, but he wants to keep Barry's from just playing his game. The Barris' game, to me, is starting to sound like he's trying to just get a lot of upgrades and mass an army, a very well upgraded army, that's going to be able to... Like, the units are going to be able to punch way above their weight here. And, he should try to fight this, because, like, there's only 1 deer left. Ooh, the scouts have to dip. Alright, the scouts dropped the... Up the carcass. Yeah, these spears definitely don't want to fight into the archers. As you can see, the destroyed value now. Starting to go in the way of Boy. Very low destroyed value for 11 minutes with so much army out on the field. But yeah, as you see, Barry is using map control So he's taking the deer over on this side. He's taking berries over on this side. These resources are also out there for the taking. The reason he's taking these deer and not these deer is that if he loses map control, this deer will already have been taken out. Whereas if he takes that deer first, and then he loses map control, that deer is boys, and they can just pick up and bring home. And still collect 150 deer per... Oh, per pickup, but still, oh, what a raid from berries. What a raid. Gets 3 workers for 1 horseman, and a little bit of damage on another one. That's gonna hurt, boy. Yes, boy still has a great economy. This isn't winning, game-winning damage, but it's gonna be very good and very powerful. You really don't want to let your opponent just keep collecting all of this damage. Oh, on the other hand... Oh, boy wanted to scout to the archer? I don't understand what's going on here. Well, boy should be trying to preserve the army. Equal supplies here, though. Yeah, equal supplies, upgrades... Not on anyone's advantage here, actually. 3 upgrades for each. They use units that use all of the upgrades, so exactly which upgrade they have doesn't matter too much. And boy's gonna try to force a fight. I don't think that's gonna work. Has to be like this insane fight for him, where like Barry's gets his horsemen stuck on spears. Because otherwise, I think Barry's wins here. Barry's definitely has a much more streamlined army. Oh, and Barry's trying to get the flank. Is he gonna get it? Oh, the spears are attacking the range. Oh no! Oh no! Bad micro from boy. This is a great fight for Barry's to take. Spears are hitting other spears. Horsemen are hitting other horsemen. Finally, Barry's spears are overwhelming. Oh, and this is when boy really wanted to use his timing here. You can see the graph. Barry's units are not really dying. Wow, and what a massacre. What a massacre for boy here. What a bad fight. Needed to have been so much more careful here. Oh, Barry's still has the ram. Is that the ram? That is the ram. Very hidden. Hidden in plain sight. Yeah, Barry's, I think, can just win the game. Dropping into the barracks? Don't forget, boy still has a great economy, so... If the game lasts a long time, boy will still have an advantage. But Barry's has to use his over 30 army supply advantage. Is he making more rams? He might be making more rams somewhere. No, he's not making more rams, but he's being very careful. In the meantime, boy takes these berries without map control. That's risky. That is very risky. Of course, Barry's trying to spot the side. He wanted to see if these berries were taken. This gold would also be very risky for boy to take, should he choose to do it. There's still a sheep there. That's crazy. Oh, boy now taking the hunt upgrade. I did not notice that. That is... Survival Techniques is such a good upgrade. So cheap as well. Yeah, we're getting another raid here from Barry's. Only 3 workers killed, but you can see the army value is just so overwhelming. Barry's. That's another 2 workers killed. No! No workers killed! Oh, that's nuts! And boy trying to move out again? 20 spears are not enough. 20 spears are not enough to beat Barry's spears. Alright, now we're starting to get overwhelming spearman numbers. Wow, Barry's could actually fight this without the horsemen and win. Yeah, gets another worker kill. That's very unfortunate for boy. Oh, but nice find. Nice find here from boy. The game definitely equalizing a little bit. That's 2 more workers killed. 3. Oh, we're having 7 worker kills. Starting to become Very good damage. Oh no, boy got caught with his pants down here in these berries. Very dangerous, but there are spears here. The spears kill 1, 2. That's gonna be 3 horsemen dead for berries. Oh, berries keeps doing this maneuver where he kind of tries to attack and doesn't. Oh, and I suspect he took a fight here and took heavy losses. Yes, he did. Yeah, spears don't do well against other spears and archers, so that's going to be game. And game 1 goes for berries. Alright, that was an interesting little game. Yeah, boy making a few mistakes here that he usually doesn't. I don't think they made the game observable. Ah, they haven't made the game observable. I'm so upset. Alright, but they've played the second game. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. I am gonna take the AP break, so I will be right back. Alright, I've returned! I have returned. Let's go. Let's see the second map. Don't forget that Barry's is winning. Hey, Amerath, welcome in. Welcome in. Congrats on your victory. Alright, lads, we have a doozy here. It's berries in the color orange as the Japanese on migration. On migration, I added this map to the joust, and I'm glad to see people playing it against Boy here. The House of Lancaster in the pink. So a very different situation here. I'll explain the map in a second. I'll just say though, wow, Migration is one of the greatest water maps because it's just so open and like maps like Canal and stuff like that. Like water fights can feel very, very blunt. Right, just whoever has more units wins. But here tactics are gonna matter. All right, going for the map. So each player has these tiny islands. They have one small stone, one small gold, a few bits of wood, a deer pack, and a berries pack. And then there's this massive island in the center that's going to be worth controlling. There is one trade in the center. There are two sacred sites. And what's going to be important here is that you want to get army and workers to the center island because resources are going to end just so quickly that you want to be able to get collecting the resources that are in the center and establish a base of operations here. But that can also stretch what you can defend a little bit too thin. And don't forget, the point of the game here is one of the victory conditions is destroying all the landmarks. Unlike all of the other games in the Age of Empire series where it's destroying everything. So if somehow, let's say Boy here, we are on Boy's island watching what's happening. So if Boy gets all of his landmarks in a small island and gets a massive base in the middle, berries can come into the small island and attack it and destroy all of the landmarks. So that's something that both players will have to take into account. But the start, that means the start is very, very obvious. You want to go for water here. It's ridiculous to even do something else. We have Japanese, of course, a lot of bonuses on water. I think Lancaster has a lot of eco bonuses, so that's why Boy picked them. Every civ has a unique water attack. So the Japanese here is copper plating. Lancaster is Admiralty, which increases range. This is a very good attack. Probably the best attack. Maybe Mongols is better, where they get a lot of gold and a lot of wood for sinking enemy ships. But Admiralty is very good. A very good attack. Increasing the range, especially of your sprinkled ships, is very, very important. Yeah, let's see. Of course, this game's all started very slowly. There's nothing here to go around it, but once they get going, they really get going. Yeah, let's not forget here, Barry's house is also doubled down as mills, so that's why he's building the house over here by the berries. The House of Lancaster, if I remember correctly, yeah, I do, they can build these manors that passively generate resources as well, so defending the area you have your manors becomes very important. And for the House of Lancaster, somehow Boy is no more workers. I think it's no more fishing ships. Yeah, starting to go for the deep water. Deep water is very fast, but of course it's far away from your docks, so that's something you need to take into account. The dock here, I guess, would be quite powerful for this. Deep water fish. Yeah, but either way, let's see how we do this. Curse Storehouse. Curse Storehouse. Very interesting being here and not... Yeah, he doesn't have any room anywhere else. Let's be honest. This map is just so ass for these landmarks. Boy here, taking his sweet time. He doesn't quite have the food. Even though it definitely has the economy for it. Already collecting stone, that's, yeah, to build those manors, of course. Manors we have been through. Barry's taking stone passively from this gold. But don't you go thinking that, oh, Barry's is also collecting stone. He might, no, he's... That's passively. Also, I think he uses stone to get the attack upgrade. Yeah, there he goes. He uses stone and gold. Melee attack upgrade. So building the Lancaster Castle. Again, like, questionable position, but there's no room anywhere. Wait, is the game frozen for you as well? The game didn't crash, did it? Yeah, it is not responding. Oh my god. I wait for it to respond? Hi there, Pat. Gas, I guess, is at a standstill because having technical issues. Yeah, the game is down. So get back to the other scene. I'm gonna skip to 8:20. 8:20? Were we at 8 minutes? It's taking so long to load. Okay, so boy was just about to finish the house of finish the castle. We're gonna put it over here. I'll do some added magic. Alright. 1, 2. Okay, you guys saw nothing. So Lancaster Castle going up. You're in the corner of the island. There's no space anywhere else really to include it. Barry's already in H2. Gets the farm for free, of course. The free farms here for the Japanese, very interestingly, they make it so you can ease off of the other resources. That's something I've been noticing. Alright, Barry's with a transport ship. Very early transport. Going to Boys Island. Going to Boys Island. That's bold. Very bold. I would go to the center island and start making a base there. So boy, actually not even doing either of them. There's no attack still. That tower looks like an arrow slits tower. Alright, there we go. The scout and the workers here on the center of the island. Yeah, Barry's gonna collect wood. Barry should be collecting stone as well. Getting a town center here would be actually quite clutch. Maybe. I don't know, it's migration. Migration is always very weird. So boy should get started on manors. There we go. Starting on manors, of course, as I said before, manors provide resources for free. There's a that's a galley, not a transport. Ooh, and fishing boats. Oh, we're going here in the corner. This is awkward. Like, right at the edge of the map. Okay, so Boyce is a scout. He knows Barry's is here. Barry's, though, very wisely gets into this wood line, which is very far away from the ocean. But this dock isn't, and this is an aggressive dock. Because of a transport. Is he gonna transport army? Against Lancaster, I don't think it works too well. Because of a castle, but it could work really well against all other civs that don't have a lot of defensive options in the in feudal age. If this villager gonna help? What's going on here? Going on the transport. There we go. But Barry's really making a cautious effort to get here into Boy's base. If Boy catches this, though, game over, and Boy going the other way around. Oh, there we go. Barry's getting the fishing upgrade. Okay, Barry's has a junk. Very interesting name, by the way. Manor here on the other side. Also, being under the influence means that they gain the emplacement, not anything else. Workers land and they make a barracks! Ooh, barracks in the tower. Boy doesn't see this, I don't think. Yeah, Boy doesn't see this. Oh, this could actually work. We have a war junk. A war junk does not beat the Hulk in the galley. And Boy could be getting Admiralty. It's an excessive upgrade. 350 gold is expensive. And Boy wants a job. But, yeah, there's gonna be samurai knocking on your door. So we have a bit of an army going here. So 2 junks. 1 war junk and 1 explosive junk. Yeah, Boy. Barry's has to be careful now with the explosive junk. Oh, I think the samurai is just not going to be very effective because they don't have enough army to just hang around underneath the town center. Yeah, look at that. Boy is going to build his landmark right dead center of the island. And I'm expecting the town center, not the white tower. I'm expecting King's... No, it is a white tower. Alright, there we go. We have samurai here in the base. See, this is what I meant. Just can't really hang here, but Barry's trying to fight. Barry's is not gonna win this fight here. Not under the castle and where fishing ships are. Swarjunk almost dead. Barry's is trying to be sneaky, which I appreciate. I appreciate very much. Now, Barry's, what can he do here? Does he want to sneak a tower over here? I don't think he can. What a position. Especially here with the white tower with so many workers. And Earl's guards. Oh, the Earl's guards can just kill all of this. Oh man, I appreciate the attempt of Barry's from being sneaky, but not against Lancaster. I think that was just too defensive for this. But now, oh boy, Boy's navy gets caught. Already 1 ship down. This is the transport ship. It's tanking damage. It's tanking damage. Oh, but here come the explosive ships. Almost killed this war junk. That was a very good hit. But I still think Barry's as a... Barry's has one less ship, but the damage on the ships here... Oh my god, if Boy gets the repair, then it's the definitive win here. Yeah, good micro from Boy. Can't believe these ships are gonna survive. This one is gonna survive on 10 HP in particular. Yeah, Barry's is... Wow, and the Earl's Guard here just... It's just so awful of a position. And yeah, Bud doesn't get the Admiralty. I'd like to see Admiralty getting researched. So again, we have the Samurai fighting under the town center. That's going to be one of the most awful things that you're going to be able to do. Boy now building a manor around the White Tower. Yeah, of course, to get the workers to dump the resources in there. Still, this is just... I really like the sneaky base. It's just so hard to make a sneaky base work against Lancaster. Yeah, the manor's on fire. You look at the destroyed value. Like, more than double for Boy here. This is... Yeah, now the dock, the advanced dock is gone. Yeah, I get this is a very chaotic map, but still... The decision to not actually build a base in the center of the island here from Barry's. It really strikes me as a little bit odd. He was building it now, but now doesn't have the workers. The resources on his island should be about to run out. And don't forget, this was Boy's house home map. This was Boy's home map, so it's not an insane surprise that he's winning, but it still is very interesting. So the game a little bit stopped here while we get more navy for Barry's. Now Barry's could try a bit of a two-pronged attack. Okay, so these knights should do absolute quick work here of the forward base. The manor is even participating. Look at the damage the manor has made. You go, manor. You go. Okay, Barry's is castle age now. What landmark did he go with? Floating gates. Of course he went to the floating gate. I don't think it even makes sense to go with Buddhism on water maps. Or to really need large spaces to try and convert your opponents. This Yorishiro, where would you put the Yorishiro? Because I'm thinking gold would be the most important thing here. Yeah, this is just not a good navy for Barry's. Doesn't have the numbers. I don't know how you come back now with your fleet of fishing fleet being done, and that's a tie for Boy. Boy ties the series 1-1. I will catch you on map number 3. Right, that was an interesting game. Alright, game number 3 is opening up. What do we have in store here? So far, these games have been quite good. Even though the second one felt anticlimactic by the end, because I think Boy's strategy was just a little bit better. Alright, legends, here we go. We have berries here in the Delhi. The map is mega random. So the Delhi Sultanate here in the color green, it's berries. Yes, here in the pink Malians of boy. They're on the north side of the map. So this is a map we're gonna have to really look into the outline, because it's always very unpredictable. It's random, right? It's mega random, if anything. So looking at Barry's base, the forward gold a little bit unfortunate, but he should manage. He should have the army upper hand here in the early game. There's also this. Okay, he has 2 stones nearby, which is pretty good. Delhi might want to go into keeps in the mid game in Castle Age to really. They help get the economy going, but it's also a very defensive economy, which is something that I really like about keeps, about Delhi keeps. Oh, you have to be careful here about this scout. There's a lot of water. Of course, the players are not going to know that there's a lot of water before they start, so they can't really make a water opener. Like, look at the fleet of of deepwater fish on both sides. They're right by the shore. This is very interesting to see. Looking at Boy's base, he has this gold. Going with 6 houses, so going with a more economic approach. You're going to delay feudal by around 15-20 seconds, but in feudal is going to have a lot more gold accessible to him. So that's usually the trade-off. This gold sucks for Boy. This gold is awful. You can't really build 3 or 4 houses. But this gold is alright. But don't forget, Boy, berries will try to raid and will try to destroy the huts and the gold pits. And that's going to be the extent of the early game. Oh, Barry's having to fight this wolf. This is so terrible. Right, wolf is fought. And there's a dock going up for berries. This is a very interesting dock on this little peninsula here. Yeah, Boy, I don't think we'll find this. Delhi, of course, is very interesting civilization bonus, where they're fishing ships fire arrows, so they're like an arrow ship, but a bit weaker. Oh, I was gonna get a scholar into the dock. That's... I like it. I like it. Oh boy, found it immediately! Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Let's see how the game unfolds now. This map, of course, this generation turned out to not be unfair. It's very fair, even though it's not symmetrical. Many times we find that it is unfair, but not this time. So this should provide us with a very good game here. Going for the Mesa Quarry. Here is Boy. Not going for the tower, which makes a lot of sense. And get some of those resources, even though the tower would allow Boy to remain here under his own protection. But if you look at berries, yeah, berries is going to be so strong economically, but Boy is going to get the edge here on the army. I don't know if getting the edge on the army is really that big of a deal. Ah, he's not getting the edge on the army, he's making a dock on the other lake. So usually Mali, yeah, I don't actually even know what Mali would have done in this situation without water. But now that we have water, I expect feudal fighting here. Wow, and having to divide the map into 2 separate blocks of navies and 2 separate blocks of with like this big patch of land in the middle. A lot of fight can be had in this patch of land without what am I looking for here? Yeah, without the water being a factor, but you really want to maintain the fishing ships. So going with the Dome of the Faith. Dome of the Faith, of course, produces scholars at a discount, and it's a free mosque. So allowing berries to keep pumping those scholars, which are going to be so good at helping him collect tech. Of course, Delhi gets all of their tech for free, but it takes a long time. You use scholars to lower the time it takes to collect all of that tech. Boy, on the other hand, just finished this man's quarry. Gonna be generating gold passively. He already has a pit mine under full under full housing here. So boy should be about to catch up. Yeah, except berries are just making so many fishing boats. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Berries, I think, is playing this one very stable. Very stable here. Yeah, I'm not just reading that. Playing a very stable game. Trying to go for a lot of water economy. Trying to just think, oh, and look at that. Boy going for the mill, so he's going for a cow boom. But he already has a hunting canoe, which is an archer ship. Oh, and don't forget that the fishing boats attack. Oh, but he has a demo! Oh! Oh, so much damage! The hunting canoe, I think, is get nothing! Oh, that was a crazy sequence. Of course, they come in from this dock. Now Barry should be aware. Yeah, and he's making a dough of his own. Oh, but boy, he's gonna have his cow boom. Is also gonna be on water here with plenty of fishing ships. So he should have a very powerful economy, but it's going to take so much to come online. And as we can see here, Barry's already making army. Why did it say fishing boat? So his Ghazi Raiders take 13 instead of 25 seconds to... Yep. Excuse me, to get produced. So this is 2 stables and 1. Building a blacksmith for the free tax. That's always beautiful to see. So in the year for boy, yeah, he's just slowly gonna build up his cattle ranches. Imagine he's gonna build on that side right there so that he can put the landmark over here in the center. Yeah, and there's this forward dough, and this is interesting because now, yeah, boy lost the tempo here on the attack on the fishing ships. He really needed to deal very good damage of that early attack. But this is also distracting berries. It's not dealing an amazing amount of economic damage. It's going to be destroying a dock. In the meantime, for boy, this is scouting information. This is like boy knows he has to make sofa now. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the upgrades. The sofa, those are in Castle Age, but they're so good though. Yeah, boy not even making any more cows, so sitting on 6 cows here. This craft here is so cool. Yeah, going for the second pit mine. Oh, is he gonna save the dock? I don't think he will. Yeah, interestingly, the Barry's pulled his units back. I don't think he needed to. But always good to see players be conservative with their armies. Boy not being conservative cost him game 1. Because I think it was in an okay position. Otherwise, oh, we're gonna see a raid from Barry's. Oh, but it's gonna be under the town center. It's gonna take so much unnecessary damage. Oh, and he's gonna try to go for the dock on the other side, but already 2 of these Gazi Raiders are just so low. He really does not want to take this fight. And if Boy can get a melee armor or a melee damage upgrade, then it can be really powerful. Oh, Barry's trying to go for the worker, and he gets him. But in the meantime, just losing so much. Look at the destroyed value. Don't forget, Boy started losing 150 in the destroyed value, and now he's ahead. He's ahead, and he had a dock destroyed. So, for Boy, this is... Yeah, keep raiding me like this. I'll take it. Ooh, and sending the Scassi Raider right underneath the DC. That is definitely not great. Yeah, berries can get a dock over here. Or over down here. And try to disrupt the Boy's fishing economy, but does he even see it? Yeah, of course, he tried to attack it. Of course he sees it, but doesn't know how much is there. So let's see, canoe tactics. Archer ship fire an additional 2 javelin weapons. That's very interesting. Oh, now Boy trying to attack? With the sofas, he doesn't really have. No, he does have an overwhelming force. But he's also going to be very conservative with the army, of course. You really don't want to use expensive sofas, right? It was Barry's? Barry's is going to go with the compound of the defender. That's crazy, the compound of the defender. As good as it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. He needed the upgrades from the House of Learning. Oh, so many spears. No, Boy doesn't. You don't want to fight this, brother. So Boy's gonna win this fight, but he's gonna lose so much. This really. It's like 6 sofas for 6 spears. This was not a good fight at all for Boy. But he's in such an advantageous position that it might work out. Yeah, I think it's going to depend a little bit on whether Barry's can get a good force of well-upgraded units. If he can, then yeah, okay, that was a terrible fight for Boy. In a situation where Boy should have such a powerful advantage. Yeah, Boy decapping all of the sacred sites. Really doesn't want to fight this. Is still feudal age. Yeah, okay, very close to aging up. Yeah, there we go. Gonna do it to the Fulani Corral. He needs to delete that house, maybe. He's getting that cattle ranch, so that's 3 more. He's gonna be on 15, right? 15. He needs 2 extra cattle ranches. Make that 1. Yeah, he's gonna... Yeah, I would destroy that house and just build it right there. So this gold vein is awful for a gold pit. This one is awful as well. I can't build houses. So both sides of their undeserved fishing economy. Oh boy, coming back. With his army, you definitely don't want to fight. Don't want to fight a well-upgraded spearman army. Gonna get crossbowmen as well. Crossbowmen are devastating against feudal sofas. Because unlike the knights, French knights or Rus knights, they only have 2 armor and 160 health. Feudal sofas were designed to be not that good. They're also designed to be a little bit cheaper than a knight. They were also designed to have, well, he clicks it, imported armor, which, as expensive as a stack is so important. +2 armor makes them have 4 that the other knights have. That really equalizes the field. Alright, so there's a keep for berries. He's gonna make use of the compound of the defender. So I said compound of the defender might not have been a good attack. Did not expect the game to turn out the way that it did. And now compound of the defender looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We're gonna see a Dumbo as well. I'm gonna see here the war elephant for berries. Yeah, these sofas. These are veteran sofas now with imported armor very soon. And they're going to have the melee attack upgrade. Yeah, but he's going to get in here. And oh, there are walls. Oh, good attention here by berries. Unfortunately, won't matter too much. There's a keep. He needs village fortresses, I think. Oh, he's getting boiling oil and court architects first. I would get village fortresses after boiling oil, though. Getting more villagers out, especially when they're floating so much food, I think it makes sense. Yeah, boy here on 18 cattle. The Grand Filani Corral, now that it's fullest here, boy needs to just get producing. You have so many stables. But does boy want to keep producing out of stables? Why is boy going forward? Building the Fort of the Huntress. He wanted to age up. Wow, Fort of the Huntress here in the lake. This is going to buy him so much space. Ooh, we'll have the doe here attacking. Oh, good dodge from boy. And accidentally saving the other villagers by using this one. But yeah, Barry's really... Barry's wants to push. I think Barry's can beat this army right now. Yeah, kill the deer. The deer are important to kill here. Okay, so 3 worker kills here for Barry's. Look, boy being very offensive here with this landmark positioning for this to happen. Okay, all sacred sites here are berries now. So we have the timer going down. Boy is imp. Yeah, so getting to imp level sofas would be a good plan, but it doesn't quite have the resources, I suppose. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so going for imp sofas, good idea. Palace of the Sultan, I really like this landmark. Produces those gunpowder elephants. They do take a long time, though. I wanna make that very clear. They do take a long time, almost 3.5 minutes to produce. But they are quite a powerful unit, and you get like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, that's like 15 minutes into being imp, right? But you get a bunch of them. They're so strong. Alright, so boy now adding... These are all ranges. So adding it to the ranges, making it in a sofa as well. So I think he's going for archer with poison arrows and sofa. Unit comp. The sofa, the archer is clearly designed to take out the spears. I think Barry's is giving too much to boy. Barry's is giving way too much to boy. Going for 2 docks. These 2 docks, they can be... Oh my god. Boy's gonna retake water on this eastern lake. And he's gonna also be able to take land if Barry's gives boy enough time to... I get it on Barry's side, right? You hit that raid, you got basically nothing. And you lost all of your army, so you don't want that to happen again, but... Okay, he needs to be a bit more active with the army. He needs to try and find damage. Because, oh no, he's going for the Musafari gunners. They are effective at ambush attacks. 41 attack, oh my god. Musafari gunners are pretty good. They're also quite expensive, but oh boy, has 1,500 gold a minute! Boy, is such a much better economy than Barry's somehow. And he's making a bunch of explosive ships. He's gonna try to take out all of the fishing ships at once. And the big fight here, these are still spears. Spears and the Dumbos. This is very good against cavalry, but such overwhelming numbers now. Oh yeah, there you go, the Sultan's Elite Tower Elephant. Wow, and the elephants are getting done in by the gunners. This is not looking good for Barry's. And the sacred site has been decapped as well. So you don't even have a clock ticking down. Okay, there's this keep over here. The keep is definitely keeping Barry's in the game economically. I'm also trying to be very attentive to the minimap. Yeah, so Boy definitely ahead in this game. But if there's a thing Boy really could do, is get those blacksmith upgrades, man. You have so much gold income, and you have so many units. The blacksmith upgrades are definitely worth it. And this is what we are looking for. I hope he doesn't make, like, 2 attacks at the same spot. I don't have the capabilities Cow has to get two things at the same time going on screen. Oh, Boy's gonna blow up, and he blows up 4 fishing ships. Let's actually finish them. Yeah, he needs to make like a couple of sprinkled ships and just get that fishing over with. Otherwise, Barry still has that powerful water economy. Oh, this is an offensive keep from Boy. If he gets this up, then the position completely flips into the map being completely divided in half. Yeah, if you're Barry's, man, you need to find ways to disrupt Boy here. Malians has got so much momentum right now. Oh, but instead is building a second layer of walls. Yeah, and again, man, the keeps with Compounded Defender even cancelled Boiling Oil, which I think is a mistake. Boiling Oil is very important. But, yeah, it turns out not to be a mistake, because it wouldn't have been used anyway. Look at that, Boy trying to force something. Ooh, I think Boy wins this with the gunners. There's no siege. No siege for berries, and a lot of spears, a lot of crossbows. There are hand cannons here, hand cannoneers. My god, most of the gunners, they just go full pelt here, killing elephants that are supposed to not die. Ah, what a fight here by Boy. This was so well done. But still, berries is more supply. I think the keep in the tower definitely whittling it down. Ooh, and there's another keep here. Don't forget this Musfati gunner, 0 armor, only 130 HP. So keeping them alive definitely of the essence. And Boy kind of gave up on killing this. There's his back now, which yeah. Where 6 cannons, there's no way Boy gets this without sacrificing his land push. So looking at the eco data, wow, Boy is so much stronger than Barry's here. Barry's will eventually want to get that gold vein out of the way. And yeah, there's also this gold vein he can take. He sees it, right? Oh no, he doesn't see it. Oh. Well, he's not going to scout it now, right? At this stage of the game, there are just so much more important things to do. But still, missed opportunity, I think. Yeah, I am pretty sure we saw Siege. There we go, there's Siege. It's trying to get adjustable crossbars. Yeah, for that to work, you actually have to make Siege. And I'm looking here and I don't see any siege, but he has 2 men-at-arms without the sword upgrade. There's 3 lancers. The 3 lancers I really like, because if he's able to get past this choke point, he can raid. Even then, like, what's he gonna raid, really? Everything is very well protected. Ooh, you have villagers trying to close the wall. He's not gonna be able to. But this is a well-defended. This might be the most well-defended spot in the game. But there is a cannon. There is a bombard cannon, and oh, Barry's Barry's also making his own cannon, his own bombard cannon. Is the cannon the right way to go here? Because I'm thinking if he has like 4 or 5 mangonels, and he defends the mangonels with the melee units, he can get the gunners. I'm getting very, like, 2 or 3 volleys on the gunners before they kill off all of the mangonels. And then that would open the door for Boy to do something. Because the sofas are not the unit that's winning in the game here. Sofas are the meat shield. Very cheap, not very cheap, but a cheaper meat shield. Right, 8 ranged armor, 6 melee armor, 230 HP. And just being a nuisance. Oh, we have elite archers. Archers are a pretty good unit. Not against the scomp, though. Cannons. Boy really wants those cannons firing. Here come the elephants now. We don't want to get the Sultan's elephants too close to the army. There you go. Like, you get 4 or 5 of them here. They can just be so good. But the gunners are so powerful against the elephants. They just don't have enough HP to deal with this. But all of the sofa, nearly all of the sofa are gone. You have 3 sofa here. Ooh, the oil could have done something. Yeah, Barry's good for elite archers. I like it. Archers are very good against gunners. They trade very well. Resource for resource. It's just late. He just doesn't have enough. He's not being able to deal with the gunners. And oh, Barry's! No! No, Barry's lost so much stone. Those cannons kept attacking the same location, and now 4 cannons for Boy. 4 cannons would be the limit. I'm not making any more cannons if I'm Boy here. No, he made the 5th cannon. 5th cannon, I think, is a little bit extra. A little bit extra, but anyway, yeah, I like the gunners. He needs more sofa, which he is making. Doesn't quite have the food for it, because he's making out of like 10 stables. Yeah, really needs to heal this tower elephant, which he is to his credit, right? You want to keep the expensive units alive. Yeah, just busting down everything. The cannons make for this very slow siege approach to the game. But still, like, Barry's is maxed out. That's really the only way, and he has to use the bombard cannons to kill clumped up units. Again, the sofas will slow down for the gunners to really start shooting, and I think the gunners want to get the elephants. That's a good play there with the Ghazi Raiders, elite Ghazi Raiders as well. Loads of ranged armor. But underneath the keep, not even these Ghazi Raiders are able to fight well. But the elephants are doing a lot of good work. But good spread, accidental good spread here on the gunners. And the bombards are going to go back. One bombard cannon did get exploded. But he's fighting with these elite tower elephants. They're so good. And he's fighting with them under the defenses. It's just... like, Barry is in an incredible position, though. Able to really bounce back in this game. Yeah, I don't know, but the sofas just haven't been good for Boy. They die a little bit too quickly. I don't know if it's the blacksmith upgrades and the lack thereof. Or sofas in Imp just aren't a very good unit. But Barry is able to make this defensive push, basically pushing Boy outside of his base here, work. And he's rebuilding the keep. Able to keep the second keep alive here and then the east of the base. Right, Barry's finally found that gold. And he has large gold over here. So should be in a very good position. Boy here with... Boy getting caught with his pants down. Boy doesn't have gold. Boy mined everything except this one. Oh, Barry's here with an amazing amount of tempo. What comp does Boy go for? He's still going for gunners and sofas. But he doesn't have enough resources. He's using... oh, he's trading. Okay, trading is good. And Boy can definitely start selling his wood a little bit here. Hopefully that did not sound wrong. So we got two elephants leading the charge. I like it. Yeah, Boy also... Barry is, being a little bit conservative with his resource spending with the Ghazi Raiders that I really like. Even though they didn't fight well underneath the keeps, but they were able to hold the fort for enough time for the rest of the army to be effective. But Barry's needs to go. Barry's needs to go. Using the Zabek. I like the Zabek here. Yeah, the Zabek not good enough, definitely, to keep the... Excuse me, to destroy the fort of the Huntress. Do we have the timeline? Yeah, we do have the time counting down here for the Sacred Site victory. 9.5 minutes. Yeah, look at Barry's. Barry's can't let boy play here. Please don't let boy play. You've got to push. You've got to make a push. We've got to push boy into his own base. And you can't let him get another big round of Musafati gunners, because those gunners, they really killed you before. All right, so we're getting warrior scouts. Well, that's a way to use the gold, or to use the lack of gold using food that you have. How much do they cost? I never really make them, so I don't know the cost here. Well, they cost only 90 food. Wow, they are really cheap. But this is a very closed map here. This area here that we can see on one screen is the whole area you're going to be able to interact with. So, but Barry's, I like his transitions. Barry's is playing really well. He just has to find a way to spend the 5,000 wood here. Maybe attack and make start making archers more a part of your army here. All right, I like this, trying to interact there with the Ghazi Raiders. Very inexpensive unit. You can absolutely afford to lose those at this stage of the game. Well, boy getting chemistry and elite warrior scout. I like that. And boy doesn't want to wait too long after getting warrior scouts to start pushing. Because as we all know, once you get to 200 population, you have to find a way to trade. Oh, but boy, dictating the pace of the game here. These monks, though, they have to fight. They have to fight, and look at that. Look how good the Ghazi Raiders were at holding the line here. Oh, and the gunners. They're having such a hard time killing this elephant because of the scholars. And in the meantime, the range from Barry's is putting in a lot of good work. But boy is slowly pushing this back, but fighting underneath the keep of the Barry's. Definitely a good play for Barry's. Boy starting to lose a little bit. Starting to lose a little bit of supply. But still, with the cannons, this will eventually go down. But in the meantime, it might win the Barry's this fight enough. That's a fishing boat to kill the Zabek. Oh, I like this! Oh, look at that! Barry's using this Zabek so well. Oh, I'm trying to keep the keep alive. Wow, that rhymed. No way. Wow, look at the warrior scouts. Warrior scouts are like the meme of that soldier saying, "I did my part." Yeah, but you need units like them to keep fire away from your more important units. Oh, and Barry stakes it! Barry stakes it! Barry's wins the series. 2-1, and boy goes into the losers round. Wow, that was an incredible series. That was an incredible series. Alright, that was awesome. Can't wait to go and cut these games and post them on YouTube. Even though I'm streaming there, I might actually edit them directly on YouTube. So let's see who's streaming out there, as I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, before we go, I want to show the bracket. Yeah, there we go. There's the joust. And we had Boy versus Barry's. Fantastic game. Barry's winning 2-1. The Amerath taking the series 2-0. So we have 2 matches to go. We have Optilam versus Fury. I think they are setting it up for Saturday. And we also have Rantel versus Arsto. Should also be a good series. So this is what we are looking at right now. No, this is not what we're looking at right now. I might need to update this. Yeah, there we go. We have McCandleman, Amerath, and Berries on the winner's side. Boy, Kanki, and Pat on the loser side. Yeah, 3 on each. So that's gonna be it for me. We're gonna see when the guys set up their matches, the ones that are left, the 2 series that are left, and I'll catch you when they get played. So I suspect you guys on Twitch want to see more Age of Empires. So let's not to adjust the title there. That's on me. Let's go raid Mali. Mali, he's playing. All right, peace out, fellas. See ya.